So yep, both side battle this time. Yeah, they're going to war. Just, well, I better not bring that part up, so let's just drop it from there. You know, you know. So I think around this point I will start skipping the story just so we can get to the gameplay faster, so yeah, at the very least, yeah, this is basically the battlefield at the very least. So this time around, there's plenty of enemies actually. This guy is the boss, and well, it's not that really hard, but he does have 1 or 2 range, which is a bit of annoying, but it's nothing you should be worried about. He does. These guys are like pretty much linked together, so it's like as long as you drag, well, you pull in one, the others will come along as well. I do have a plan to like deal with this. It does involve just destroy her to a bunch of enemies. But that's pretty much what you have to do, especially on Maniac mode, where there's a lot more that you see here. Oh, and can you wonder about, yeah, there's still not here, so. Here, hold on to this. And of course, someone else can use this at the very least. Which, by the way, yeah. Yeah, someone is here as well, so. Now, I should mention this, is that for some reason, Intelligent Systems just really hate mages for the Terry series, because not only that they put the might of weapons are like extremely low for some weird reason, but in the sequel, they got nuts again. There is more to these tomes of like, you know, how badly they did the mages in this game, but that's gonna be for like later when that function shows up. But yeah, there's no point explaining it now. And in the case, let's just start this fight. Now, obviously, you don't need to do what I'm doing, but for me, it's a bit easier if I just go ahead and do that, so I don't have like a bunch of enemies on me immediately. Also, another thing I should also point out, so when it does get weighed down by this wind tome, it's only by 1 though, because the way how tone works in this game is that, well, it's the same applied to auto weapon, but I have like already explained before. But mages suffer the most from this, mostly because if they don't have a good strength stat, then they cannot, then they just get weighed down, and there's nothing you can do about that. And just put you here because there's no other safe place. Yeah, I taking that much damage. It's yeah, it's that's kind of a bit too much. Yeah, you can see why I did the shot. I did put it like Titania like in the front line because from 2 enemies alone, I got put down to 10 health, and one of them was an axe user too. With a steel axe, no less. So that's why, for me, I want to get rid of these enemies with my Jagen as quickly as possible. Because I could get easily be swarmed because of how aggressive these guys can be. And believe me, if I were to play on Maniac mode, that will be worse. Because there's a lot more enemies to worry about. And there's actually some enemies at the top of the map. Well, you can see where my group is at. Yeah, there's some enemies above them. Yeah, go ahead and do that. That's not gonna match me. Honestly, that kind of helps, especially since, well, a lot of my durability is being wasted on soldiers, so that honestly helps me at the very least. Okay, so I'm done with this guy, so I might as well just have someone take care of this guy. Also, you saw there he did proc a skill. He only has a skill. He only has one skill. It's adept. And pretty much it's yeah, insert condition grants its units 2 consecutive attacks. So pretty much, if that soldier somehow survives soaring, yeah, no, he did not anymore. Yeah, let's not chance that, by the way. Guarantee hit. Goodbye. I didn't point out that I did got this sword. Well, it's an okay weapon. It's effective against like cavalries and armors, but like let's be honest, you're almost not gonna like have weapon triangle advantage on some of them at the very least, because they either have like lances for the most part, Especially with the Armor Knights. Just put you here at the very least. I could get rid of this archer, but I think she has enough XP. Cause after all, I need to make sure my other units get experience points. She can't be stealing them all after all. So far, like, nope, like, random crit from Shinon. Yeah, this guy is using a steel sword, so. Nine attack and 10 attack on Soren. He actually can't survive it. Yeah, both of my units can survive the attacks. Oh, that helps. When all is felt, just hope that the crit happens. But except that that's really just bad advice, but if nothing else, just chance it. I will try to get Soren as much XP because he is the only mage you have for a while at the very least. And he got nothing on his very first level. Awesome. Give me that. You know what? Just get rid of this guy. I don't care at this point. So I had to make me upset with that blink level up. See, at least he was willing to get something. Ignore the fact that he missed. That helps a lot, honestly. It did weaken the boss to the point that someone can actually get the kill with literally anybody. As for these guys, I'm just gonna like finish them off at the very least. Another vulnerary, some healing. And one disappointment about to get the boss killed. Mostly because he has dialogue with this guy for some reason. Honestly, that archer was not worth my time, so I didn't bother killing them. Also, yeah, this other does change if somebody is either wounded or dead, so that's pretty cool. I like Shina here is literally just grave robbing out of the soldier we literally just killed, so it's like, jeez. Which honestly, I don't know why that nobody just ever like just grabbed the weapons off of the soldiers, because it's like nobody's using them, so it's like, why bother just leave them at the all? It's a woman. So just like, it's a leave her. That's a pretty good amount of bonus speed at the very least. Also, yeah, this chapter took not a lot of time, so I'm just gonna do the next one. And this one is a defense map, no less. And the worst part is, it's the battle is taking place at night, because why not? Now as for this javelin, I'm just gonna give it to Gatry because what I plan to do with him is well, you shall see. Also, yeah, we do get Oscar and Boy back at the very least. And yeah, bomb into an enemy, but you know, that's what you should be expecting whenever it's fog of war. I'm just gonna use the steel ball just to get rid of this guy faster. See? He does drop a torch, which is good. Because now I'm able to actually see much farther distance, at the very least. There are a bunch of enemy soldiers here, but amongst behind them, there's actually an enemy fighter that has a hammer. So you have Gatchi blocking on this side. He's gonna take effective damage, so you have to be. So what I like to do here is I like to have I like to have Shinon, Gatchi, and Titania just block this side. Because this is where most of the enemies will be coming from, and then have everybody else deal with the left side. If you're wondering if any enemy will come from this door, do not worry about it. I'm pretty sure from my story perspective, it's well, Guerra is dealing with that side at the very least. So you don't have to worry about that, which is honestly pretty good. Well, at least he got something at the very least. So yeah, it has been a while that Boy and Oscar have even fought, so they might fall for a little bit. And what I mean by that, I mean that they missed out on 2 chapters worth of experience, so that's what I'm referring to. At least Boy here knows how to put up a fight at the very least. Oscar not so much, and he is getting destroyed out here. No damage. Ah, yeah, it's her X rank up. I don't think that matters that much, because I'm pretty sure that just allow her, well, if I go over to her at the very least. It's, let's see. Yeah, she does have X rank in Axis now, but it doesn't really matter at all, because it's like, there's no S rank Axe in this game, unfortunately. That would do a lot of damage, but I don't want to like take the damage though. Also, here's a bit of a fun fact. Did you know that this map is actually not Fog of War if you're playing on normal or easy difficulty? Yeah, because for some reason they decided to make this map Fog of War if you're doing hard mode or maniac mode. So that's a bit of fun trivia to think about. Honestly, him getting speed honestly helps him because he is a bit slow with 5 speed. So, and certain enemies will be able to double him if he just don't get speed here. Also, give me that hammer right there. Strength magic. Okay, that's pretty good, honestly. You could probably use some HP, but honestly, I won't complain about that. I'm a bit worried about this guy attacking him, but honestly, I think he's safe. Wow, imagine getting doubled by Armor Knight. And then dying to the crit. Imagine how bad you gotta be to lose to that. I didn't have to force this guy to retreat because, well, there isn't much he's going to do to me now, will he? So as I feel he is gonna get attacked. He did trick the hit at the very least, but he does need to heal himself, or at least stay away from combat. Well, that's not gonna help me that's not gonna help me at all if I just don't do the damage. I don't like the fact that he retreated back. We do not talk about the number that he just got. So I didn't understand that at first, and then it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you better stay there. So once the boss become visible, I actually do want to like show off like the boss in particular. He's at the bottom portion of the map, and he can kind of get a bit. He is kind of hard to actually get down there and get to without exposing your defenses, of course. Everybody just really wants to attack Gatry apparently. Also, I'm not gonna show this part off, but you could see Shinon by... In a normal fighting game, you could have Shinon just go over here and then shoot this cavalry, but nope, not in Terriers. Walls are actually all walls in this game instead of just being able to magically shoot through them instead. So too bad, you need to actually follow logic here. There's no point waiting to by Iron Bull use it. Just use one steel. Go ahead and do this. Oh baby, here we go. The speed armor, let's go. He probably saw a glimpse there, but there are some archers here, so I do plan to push in on there just so I can deal with those guys. Also, interesting enough, I actually do by finish off the guy like that, but I prefer not to do that if I could. Okay, at least that helps. It's like, damn it, Soy, if only you got magic before. I know technically he did get mentioned, but he did not get mentioned on his fault. On his first level. Get rid of this guy now. That steel axe will actually hurt a lot of people if I don't get rid of him now. He can take a hit if I... But I need to get rid of this guy though. Okay, that's pretty good. The more he does get strength, the more likely he will not lose so much speed from this, so... Yeah, the more strength, the better. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to... I think let's go here and then do it. Because at the very least, I can actually get some, I can at least get a barn crit. Well, that sucks. But it was against the weapon triangles. Instant decision again. The more experience the Gatry gets, the better, honestly. More reinforcements. I definitely need to get rid of this guy though, because he is in the way. Also, yeah, I'm not gonna randomly chance a death because it is, well, it is based on skill in this game, so it's like, so I has like a 9% chance to get a depth. Yeah, no, I'm not chancing that. Also, sense where I'm at it. There you go. It's like, you better hit. I know you have bad buy-in with them, but please hit. Just use the boner. I'm not chancing anything. Time to equip this and deal with the archers down there. See, there's one right now. This does mean I will low in the boss, so that does help me at least get to the boss faster. See, you can see the other guys there too. And also, equip the steel, and then you have the hand axe equipped. Nothing could, well, help me with that one. Where did you come from? Well, you did no damage anyways. Okay, Archer, you should be able to double this one. Thank you. And he got a skill and nothing else. So you can see, even with the bands I do have, this doesn't make the growth rates better, honestly. Sometimes it makes them worse. Sometimes they just don't take effect at all because, yes, all they do is just increase growth rates and maybe decrease them. Again, I yet to check on that. But it got to show that even if you're heavily relying on them, it doesn't always work. Oh hey, here's the boss. You need better soldiers, honestly. And you yourself are not a good soldier whatsoever. Yeah, I'm able to actually get to where he's at the very least. But I definitely need to get rid of these guys though. And it can add for this guy, he does drop a goddess icon, or I should say an Ashura icon. If you manage to actually defeat him at the very least. You obviously don't need to defeat him. It's possible to just defend the map without defeating this guy. And yeah, I don't want him to like run away, so I'm just gonna like I'm gonna attack this guy after I have actually swap back to the javelin. Yeah, this should work. And that's all I put here. Yeah, so we're fine. However, this side is not fine because this guy is somehow still alive. Okay, at least he got speed to make up from his bad level ups at the very least. He is getting a little bit better, but I still don't have like a lot of faith in him because of his earlier level up. You know what? Let's just get rid of this guy. I highly doubt that I could kill with the iron sword and definitely the steel sword because it will weigh me down. So yeah, that that was the only other weapon I have to use. I'm not taking any random chances, so just do that. He's running! Yo, I just used his side B. Let's go. Nice. Well, goodbye. You just had to pick like the worst enemy to go up against, didn't you? And we're breaking this. Basically, we're breaking the steel action style. Hey, buddy, you definitely did not want to attack shit on though. See what happened when you attack him? You get critted. He's still alive though, so there's that. Honestly, I'm not upset about that. Honestly, I would prefer those hand axe uses on someone else and not on a Myrmidon. Also, yeah, this guy is not gonna survive. I can definitely tell you that. However, what I should do though is give you this and then get rid of this Myrmidon if I can. Hang on, I need to check. 9 movement. Okay, yeah, I can do it like that instead. Yeah, I'm giving her the boss kill. So what? What went wrong? It's your strategy. Your strategy went wrong. I like this random soldier decide to just talk at the death of their own commander. Oh hey, more guys though there. Yeah, I didn't even have the archer band even equipped. Take this and, well, yeah, go ahead and take that. I'm definitely hitting something if I'm making sure that Gatry and Shinnok are given to Tanya by the band before the chapter ends, but I will not reveal it. Although that's Iron Blade would be useful, but right now it is not, because that thing is way too much. And Ike is already dealing with problems with the steel sword, so let's not give Ike that. Really, Boyd? I'm just checking my certain stuff. I equip this because there's still that sword cavalry that's still out there. Overkill much, let's just say with the adapter. Let's not burn our hands on that. Yeah, if you didn't get rid of the general will be the one talking, but because I definitely got rid of him, it's just whatever soldier that's even alive. Assuming there is a soldier alive, because I have actually wiped out the map, and somehow there's still dialogue of a random soldier talking. Yeah, that one technically is a cutscene, but it's pretty short, and so it's like, yeah, it's. I'm not gonna explain the whole thing. If you know about that medallions, but I'll just leave it at that. The only reason why, by the way, the only reason why I haven't skipped the cutscene yet because of this part right here. If the general was still alive, he would be here to have to explain for the farriers. But if you actually, if you kill the guy, then this random soldier, that this poor soldier has to be the one to not only have to explain that the general is dead, and that they have, and giving out a reason why they have to flee. No, please! I don't want to die! In any case, with the random death of that one soldier, that's gonna be it at the very least. So yeah, we'll see what happens with for the next chapter.